Okay. Okay, this has to do with gabapentin withdrawals. Okay, so I was injured at work and they prescribed me gabapentin, 300 milligrams, and when they told me to stop taking it, I was awake for 4 days straight, non-stop. And I'm going to show you how to taper off the gabapentin, because when I stopped taking it, I ended up in the emergency room, and I'm going to tell you what the emergency room doctor said to do to go through gabapentin withdrawals and how to taper off the gabapentin. Because for 5 months I'd be on it, stop taking it, be awake for 5 days, go back on 300 milligrams of gabapentin each night, and then a month later try to stop taking the 300 milligram and then be awake for 5 days, and then did that probably about 5 months in a row, and every time I stopped taking it I'd be awake for about 5 days straight, non-stop, no sleeping at all. So, and then when I went to the several doctors and they said it wasn't withdrawals, it just made it worse till the point where I was awake for 3 weeks, and then that put me in the emergency room at that point. So it turned into an emergency. So I'm just telling you my story of what happened to me after stopping taking gabapentin. So I went to the emergency room and I told them what had happened. I was on and off for 5 months, even though I was only supposed to be on it for no more than a month. And then I stopped taking it and I'd be awake for 5 days. So he prescribed gabapentin 100 milligram capsules. So they're a lot smaller than 300 milligrams. And then he told me to start taking Ativan, as he calls it, but it has another name, lorazepam. And so now if you want to withdraw off the gabapentin, he said it was going to take about a month to go through the withdrawing process, and here's what he said to do. Okay, so when I got down to 300 milligrams a day, every night at bedtime, I was able to sleep fine. Now, when you're ready to start tapering off of 300 milligrams, each night at bedtime when you take it, and you're ready to taper off of it each night at bedtime, you'll use the 100 milligram capsules, and you'll start off taking 200 milligrams, which is 2 of those pills each night at bedtime. And at the same time that you take 200 milligrams each night at bedtime, you will also take the Ativan, lorazepam, at the same time that you take the gabapentin each night at bedtime. So you'll take 2 of these gabapentin, so that's 200 milligrams, and you'll take 1 pill at 1 milligram of Ativan or lorazepam, whichever you want to call it. So you'll be taking 200 milligrams of gabapentin and 1 milligram of Ativan at the same time at bedtime every night, all through your first week. So here's what your schedule will look like. It'll take you 1 month to go through this process of withdrawing from gabapentin. So you'll start off like this. And then by the end of the month, you'll be able to stop taking gabapentin and stop taking Ativan. you won't have to take gabapentin or Ativan for the rest of your life after the end of this month on this calendar. You'll be able to go sleep on your own just fine for the rest of your life once you've withdrawn through this tapering process of getting off the gabapentin and Ativan. So you'll be tapering off the gabapentin and tapering off the Ativan at the same time. This is assuming you've already been taking gabapentin for a while, 6 months, 3 months, whatever. And so you'll be tapering off the gabapentin. So you'll do it like this. You'll start off, so let's say last night you were taking 300 milligrams of gabapentin. Okay, and now the next night you want to start off tapering off the gabapentin. You'll start off on the first day taking gabapentin 200 milligrams and Ativan 1 milligram. Both, you can take them together at the same time at bedtime every night, all through your first week. So the second night, third night, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh night. And by the end of the week, you'll come down over to here and you'll taper on that night. You'll taper down to 100 milligrams of gabapentin using those capsules I showed you. You'll take that at bedtime and you'll take it together at the same time with the Ativan. But the Ativan, you'll use a razor blade, cut it in half meaning 0.5 milligrams. And then the next night, 100 milligrams of gabapentin and 0.5 milligrams of Ativan. The next night, so third night, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh night. So, and then by the end of the second week, once you reach this point, then you'll stop taking gabapentin. You'll be at 0 milligrams of gabapentin. But now you'll take that half of a milligram and cut it in half. So now you'd be down to only 1/4 of a pill, 0.25 milligrams. And you'll go through the whole third week at 0 milligrams of gabapentin and 0.25 milligrams of Ativan. Third night, fourth night, fifth night, sixth night, seventh night. Same thing all through the week. And then when you get to the fourth week, you'll still be no longer taking gabapentin, but you'll be taking 0.12 milligrams, which will be half of 1/4 of one pill. So you'll just be cutting it into 0.12 milligrams, which will be half of 0.25 milligrams from the week before. And then you'll go through the whole fourth week. Second night, no gabapentin, 0.12 milligrams of Ativan. Third night, fourth night, fifth night, sixth night, seventh night. It'll be the same thing every night, all through the fourth week. And then at the end of the fourth week, you can stop taking Ativan altogether. So now you'll be no longer taking gabapentin already, like the last 2 weeks. And now you'll be taking no Ativan at the end of that fourth week. So, and then at the end of the fourth week, every night at bedtime, you'll be taking no gabapentin and no Ativan every night for the rest of your life. You won't have to take any pills to get to sleep anymore for the rest of your life. And that's how it works. It worked for me, and that's how the emergency room doctor told me to do it. I'm just showing you because nobody showed me when I went through this process. Nobody showed me how to do it, so I decided I'd show you, because nowhere else on the internet will show you this, on how to withdraw from gabapentin. So that should help you, show you how to withdraw from gabapentin by tapering off of the gabapentin and the Ativan at the same time for a whole month. And that should work. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment and I'll answer it. I'll answer your questions if you have any questions. Alright, talk to you later.